Good morning, a huge good morning to everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Such a delight to be together. I'm Sarah, and this is Doug and Yvette. We're going to start you off with a couple of songs. I invite you to stand if that's comfortable.
Hello, it's great to see you. Hey friend, you're not alone. Come in, our hearts are open. Welcome home. Come on, the Spirit's moving. Our love is here to grow. Wake up, our coffee's brewing. Welcome home. This is my place. This is your place. This is our place. Welcome home. Come home. It's great to see you. Hey friend, this is your place. You're not alone. Come in. Our hearts are open. Welcome home. Come on. The Spirit's moving. Our love is here to grow. Wake up. Our coffee's brewing. Welcome home. Come on in now. Welcome home. Put your feet up. Welcome home. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 in the name of love. We come together, 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 in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves me and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. 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 In the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Sing it loud. We come together, we come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. We come together. 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 We come together in the name of love. We come together. 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 We come together in the name of love.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. My name is Yvette Trujillo.
I am a practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. I am also your Associate Director of Spiritual Operations, which means I'm super fancy. I'm so happy to be here with you today, and I just want to start off by saying that we have a vision here. And our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. Our vision, the thing that we are holding in our mind as possible, as what we're moving toward, is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. That's pretty cool. But before I move on to any other things, I want to first say that it's Father's Day. It is Father's Day. And on this Father's Day, we honor and celebrate the divine masculine energy that fathers and father figures bring into our lives. This sacred strength, guidance, and nurturing presence shapes us in profound ways. We give thanks to the loving protectors, the wise teachers, and all those who embody the divine masculine, enriching our world with their unique and powerful gifts. So to all those fathers and father figures, happy Father's Day, and thank you for showing up as who you are. I live here now, so I get to see my dad in person today. I don't know how long it's been since I saw my dad on Father's Day. I'm so excited. There was a time I wasn't excited about that. What a blessing that I am. All right, so first, a special welcome to anyone who is visiting us for the first time today. We're so happy that you are here. If you haven't been here for a while and you've joined us again from a little break, a little hiatus, welcome back. We're so excited that you're here. And just a note that if you are here for the first time, we have welcome bags out on the credenza in the social hall. So you can pick those up. Please do, because we have some goodies in there. There's a bookstore gift certificate, and there's also a form on the front. There you can leave your email if you'd like to receive our weekly newsletter, because that's where we say a lot of important things. It's a great way to get involved and connected. And we also want to say a particular hello to all those online. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. We can feel you in the room, whether it's in this moment or whenever you watch it in the future, because it's timeless. You are timeless, and this is a beautiful planet where lots is possible. And we have a newsletter. And by the way, I sent out the newsletter, and I messed it up, so it went out late. If you noticed that it went out on Saturday morning or Friday morning, I went to check my inbox, and I thought, oh boy, Meg would be proud of me. So I went back in and it said sent, 0. So I hope you got it. If it was at a different time, maybe you noticed it more. Who knows? Who knows? So please be sure that you do check out the newsletter every week, because we've got really cool information in there. Alrighty, so a couple of announcements. You ever wonder who's making the magic happen behind the scenes on Sunday? Have you ever wondered that? Well, there's lots of people, but I'm talking about the sound, right? Keeping it crystal clear, and the slides moving, and the Zoom recording, the video recording up and running. That is our amazing sound and visual support team. We are knowing it's a team. We are holding that intention that it is a team. And guess what? We're looking for a few tech-savvy, tech-comfortable, team-oriented folks to join us on that team so that we can share the labor, right? That's important that we share the labor that it takes to get here. So don't worry. It's not as complicated as you think. You do need to feel comfortable with tech. That is important, but it's not as complicated. And Bob over here has got your back every step of the way. He's here to guide and train you and cheer you on as you learn all those tech-savvy things. It's fun and exciting. I hope you're considerate. So if you love working on a team, enjoy a little bit of tech in your life, and want to make a big impact on our center for our Sunday experience, please come and talk to Bob after service, and he would be thrilled. I said that, but I think he would be thrilled to share more to help you get started, right? All right, so here's the other thing. We announced it last week, and we probably won't say much about it until August after this, but That's me drumming. I don't have a lot of skill, but we are starting to plan for this year's Pride celebration. Now, this is Pride Month, right? But here in Las Cruces, we are wise. We are so wise because it is way too hot to do Pride right now. So we do it in October. October 4th is the date. Mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. If you are not a member of the LGBTQ plus community, that is all right. We love allies. We love those people that stand up and honor and respect who we are. I'm a member of the LGBTQ plus community, so thank you so very much. We're planning on this to be the most amazing Pride that we have ever experienced. We are looking for someone in particular who feels called to step into a leadership role to help guide this event. Now, you're not alone, okay? Because already we have a team. It's me, Teresa Valenzuela, and Kayanne Covey. So we've had our second meeting now. You don't want to fall much further behind, do you? Sorry, that was a little guilt. I did grow up Catholic. But if that sounds good to you, if you're interested, please come talk to me. I'd love to share what we have in store for the Pride Fair. And it's really important to know that the way that it shows up isn't just to be at the Pride Fair, to be at the booths. We have the bookstore booth and the center booth. We need folks that are able-bodied to help schlep over the books and the materials that we're going to sell. If you are not even wanting to do it on the day of because it's too hot or whatever, it's a Saturday, you don't want to do that thing, I have an opportunity for you. So we're going to be making Peyton hearts. These are crocheted little hearts that Teresa turned me on to, and they have a little message that is attached to it. But if you know how to crochet, if you've always wanted to learn how to crochet, always, and want to get together for fun, for something good in the world, and to help contribute to our Pride participation, I invite you to, when the opportunity makes itself known, again, put this date in your calendar because it's a big one. Please let us know if you're interested. We will be having sign-up sheets, but we just wanted to give you a heads up because it's going to be happening in October. We will start officially signing up volunteers in August, other than that particular center chair lead that we are still looking for. All right? So I know you're excited. I know you're really looking forward to it. Everything rainbow is beautiful. We had a beautiful rainbow of color going out of ourselves, out into the city, out into the world this morning as we did our meditation. So we actually had a beautiful rainbow of colors shining out from our authentic selves. It was I hope it was a lovely meditation. I had great colors going out of the city. All right, so here at the Center for Spiritual Living, we believe in the power of prayer, what we call spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. So if you have something on your heart today, if there's something sitting there, we invite you to fill out a prayer request card. You'll find those in the seat backs in front of you. If you're in the front row, reach back. Somebody will help you. And fill out that card. You can drop it in the prayer box at the back, on the table at the back. Place it in the offering plate as it goes by, or submit a prayer request anytime at all at csl.lascruces, lascruces.org, csl-lascruces.org. Your prayer will be lovingly held by our dedicated prayer team. We have a wonderful prayer team of folks throughout the city. So folks that are part of different New Thought spiritual communities, we come together on Tuesday afternoons, and we hold all of you in prayer. This is all held confidentially. So we don't say, oh, and so wants yada yada. We pray over it. We say your name. We know that there is an intention, that there's a power that understands what that prayer is for. So if you would like to have personal prayer support today, look for the practitioners wearing turquoise. Where are we? We have back in the back. We have Bob up here. We have me here. So we are available for prayer with you today after service. It's a brief one-on-one prayer. It's not a full-on, we're going to sit down and talk about it all. It's a brief, but it's powerful. It's powerful. So don't forget that we also love to hear good news too. So there are gratitude cards. It's also in the seat backs in front of you. Please share what's going well for you. Share what's going well for you. It's wonderful to hear what we are creating together as this powerful community, as the expressions and demonstrations in your life. Alrighty, so now we move into our time of song, silence, and prayer. Sarah?
I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you to wake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. You're here to remind me of my magnificence, to help me to wake to all the wonder that I am. You long to show me all the joy I'm worthy of. You're here to remind me how much I'm truly loved. God's here to remind us of our magnificence, to help us to wake to all the wonder that we are. God longs to show us all the joy we're worthy of. God's here to remind us how much we're truly loved.
I remember the truth of that one life, that one power and presence that is vibrating and moving and having its way through all of creation, through the beautiful sunrise, and just the touch of coolness in the air this morning. God is making itself known in the joy of summer, in the joyous connection of community, in friendship. God is, I am. And as I remember that this morning, as I remember the joyous beauty of spirit that expresses out in the world, and know that that is simply a reflection of who I am, I can rest and relax in the wisdom, in the beauty and the perfection of life. Right now, I can rest in it, knowing that everything is unfolding in perfect order in every moment, and knowing that that is true, that the perfection of life is unfolding right here and right now. I relax and I allow spirit to just show up. I give thanks for everyone who contributed to this day, to this morning, to this time together. I know that we will be blessed by the beautiful music. Our hearts cracked open just a little bit more. The brilliance and wisdom of our guest speaker. I know that the combination of our music from Pat and the talk from Brian is alchemy. And I'm honored to sit in the presence of such beauty, creativity, and self-expression. For all of this morning, I give such great thanks and invite you to say with me, and so it is. Amen. The reading that I have this morning is from Barbara Marx Hubbard from Conscious Evolution. Each of us is born as a unique expression. Each of us is born as a unique expression of the evolving universe. You are not here by accident. Your very being is a response to the needs of the whole. In becoming more yourself, you become more of what the universe needs to evolve. There is a purpose to our individuality. It is not isolation, but expression. When we awaken to our role as conscious co-creators, we begin to see that our talents, dreams, and deepest callings are not separate from the divine. They are the divine, unfolding uniquely through us.
So yeah, Pat's back. Yay! So welcome him to do this special music today.
This being Father's Day, here is a message. Thank you for also being guinea pigs. A fixer-upper teaches things you'd never guess you needed taught. I'm gonna need the lyrics. Appropriate for a song about embracing the little idiosyncrasies. A fixer-upper teaches things you'd never guess you needed taught, like nighttime plumbing is unwise, or try things, spackle hides a lot, or that it feels mighty nice to see what elbow grease is bought. We fixed it up, but what I really cherish here, and all I'm proudest of, are all the little things that whisper, here there has been love. We will not change the fireplace of shiny tiled pastel pink. The carpenter who lived here first made special for his wife, I think. And I won't scrape the swallow's wings in glue lines on the bathroom sink. That is fixed up, 'cause what I really cherish here, and all I'm proudest of, are all the little things that whisper, here there has been love. The stars that arc the walls and ceiling all across my daughter's room will not be painted over when the time shall come for us to move. We'll leave them here as evidence, these things we didn't have to do, for watchful ones, and I hope what they cherish here, and all they're proudest of, are all the little things that whisper, here there has been love. All the little things that whisper, here there has been love. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. That was beautiful. I love your artistry. You can write that 12 hours ago and perform it here. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. It was perfect. Thank you so much. All right. I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker today, who is a friend of mine. Isn't that wonderful? This is a couple of weeks now. I'm having a roll here. So Brian Kurtz is our guest speaker today. And Brian is a teacher and energy worker who calls in Spirit's power and love to heal physical, psychological, and emotional issues. This is the work that Brian does. Brian's divinely inspired method includes chakra and life history energetic, residue clearing, client-specific healing, and divinely inspired guidance sessions. Brian also works with children and pets, homes, and workspaces. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Brian Kurtz.
So I'm going to cry a little bit because it really means a lot to be here. I'll also introduce my sweetheart, Karen, because I'll forget all of your names when it's time to do that because I'm 60-something, and that's what happens when you get to be 60-something. How many people here like puzzles? How many people here get frustrated by puzzles? Okay, good. As long as we're on the same page. So the thing about puzzles, if you think about it, think about like that 500-piece puzzle, right? You take it out of the box, it's got a picture on what it's supposed to look like, and then you dump out all the pieces, and hopefully a whole bunch don't fall on the ground or whatever. You get them all there, you turn them all picture side up, and then you start to maybe like work around the border, because that kind of feels comfortable. You know, we can kind of figure out where those pieces go. And then you start to notice, based on the image on the box, where all of these pieces might start to fit together. It sort of looks familiar, and it kind of gets comfy. You know, you start to feel comfortable seeing the patterns in the image, and okay, that looks like it would go up here in the top right, and over here, okay, that goes, you know, you get the idea, right? And there's sort of a comfortability in the familiarity of putting that together. Now, how about if each of us were parts of a divine puzzle? Here's the weird part about this. It's like, what if you were to take that puzzle and turn all of the pieces picture side down? I mean, you ever felt that way? Like you're walking through life, it's like, I don't get it. Everything, it's like, I don't get any distinctions. I don't get any path. I don't get any guidance. So let's go ahead and put all the pieces back image side up again. So as we do this, we see all of these puzzle pieces, and they're all kind of the same shape except for the border pieces. So you really have to go on, what are the little colors? What are the little subtleties? Where might this one go? And the thing is, all of these pieces are different, and yet they're all a part of the puzzle. We need all of them. There's a familiarity in the similarity. We come here to CSL, or maybe, you know, I think that, does the Unity congregation still meet here? So there's a bunch of New Thought vibe around here. And we all kind of feel comfortable with that. But sometimes there's still this little, well, that's a Unity person. I'm a CSL person. Huh. Right? There's some of that, maybe. But in that identity thing, like, how many people remember the cliques from high school? Right? How about when you get to college, if you went to college, and identifying with that, like, how many are Aggie people here? Okay, I'm from Albuquerque now. There's a bunch of Lobo people there. How many people who are Aggies like the Lobos? Right? Or how many Lobos like the Aggies? How many people like UTEP Minor people? Right? Okay? And the thing is, we have brains. And the way the brain works, it's kind of like a computer. It's, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with hard drives in a computer. It's got all these little sectors where little bits of information go, and then they get stored for later. Our brain is the same kind of thing. It's literally like the memory bank. But to store it for later, it first has to sort and analyze and categorize all of the little details so that it can save it for later.
But the problem with that is in separating everything from everything else, this thing can't know oneness. It can't know wholeness and connection and the depth of that. So this is kind of in the way, and yet we need it, right? Like to get here, it's pretty easy. I mean, I live in Albuquerque. I don't know if you know Albuquerque, near Louisiana and Montgomery, and I turned down Montgomery, and I could drive all the way to on Montgomery to 25 and then drive all the way down 25, and here I am. There's not a whole lot to do, but I still need to do that correctly to get here. When you come to a fork in the road of life, you don't check in here. You check in here. There's a place where this thing knows that it knows that it knows what it knows. When I walk in the doors here, I'm home. And I love it here because of that. And it doesn't just happen because the building has a vibe. It happens because of you and the vibe you bring and the vibe you leave. And I feel that, and I love feeling that when I come in here. I want you to just look around the room really quickly, just kind of glance around the room, look, notice all the people here, right? Now, okay, come back. I know it's fun, but notice, so when you're looking at people around the room, are you seeing characteristics? There's someone who's, an old guy, young guy, old lady, young lady, hair color, skin tone, what they're wearing, all of those little distinctions, all of those little pieces and characteristics that make each of us who we are. But is that all we are? I don't think so. I mean, when we get to that place of knowing that we know, do those characteristics much matter? I want everyone to close their eyes and take a few deep breaths. Notice you're inhaling when you're inhaling. Notice you're exhaling when you're exhaling. Cool air in, warm air out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now open your eyes and look around the room again, but this time smile a big smile and make eye contact. Can you feel the difference? Notice what happens when we bring intention and awareness, not awareness that we have, but awareness that we are, to that connection. And you look around the room and you make eye contact. And when you make capital eye contact with those deep breaths, and you settle in and you begin to touch your own divinity, and then you look around, then that namaste thing happens, where the divine light in me can see the divine light in you. But the cool thing about it that not a lot of folks think about is that until I come in contact with that divine light in me, I can't see the divine light in you. And here's the part I never hear anybody talk about. If I'm really in touch with that divine light in me, and I make eye contact with you, I can awaken in you the divine light in you, even if it was asleep. That's where connection happens. But the connection happens with intention. There's so much more possible when we bring that intention. But until we remember that we need to bring that intention, it may not happen. When we're here in this wonderful building, in this wonderful place with fellow human souls, it's comfy. And it feels familiar. But what happens when you go out the door? The last time I was here, by the way, Pat was here the last time I was here. I love your stuff. So good. And to have a 12-hour piece of music, right? It still wasn't quite talking yet. It was so young. And yet there it was. He got his paper, got his lyrics. Everything was great. Thank you. Sarah still sounds like Joan Baez to me. I love it. Only sweeter. Only sweeter. And you go outside. Last time I was here, I walked outside after having delivered a pretty good talk and a workshop, and everybody's all connected and everybody's all lit up and feeling each other's energy, and it's beautiful. And then I went outside and there's this guy on the street sitting on the corner, hungry. How did he feel? How did I feel about how he felt? Was he different than me? I saw him and my immediate brain-related hesitation happened. And then I made eye contact. It's like, yeah, I got a couple bucks. Yeah, need some water? Here's a bottle of water. I give out socks and water. That's my thing. I've helped some guys off the street. One guy in particular who I talked to today. He woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning in Southern Oregon to wish me happy Father's Day. He was on the street for 32 years. Now he's been off the street for 25. Because he came up to me one day and said, hey man, can I borrow your fishing pole? I was working at a public recreation facility. I have a master's degree in outdoor recreation. I'm all about peak experience and sharing that experience. And he said, can I borrow your fishing pole? It's like, hey, look, man, I mean, we got these cane poles here, but I'm not letting you have my $200 fishing rig. And he's like, look, man, I need to eat. It's like, wow, okay, here you go. And every day for the rest of that summer in 1991, he would come over, borrow my pole, fish, catch fish. Didn't matter if it was raining, whatever. Every day that summer, this guy came and caught fish. And he'd give me my pole and he'd go eat. 34 years later, we're still really good friends. I helped him off the street. He disappeared, paranoid schizophrenic, back in 92. And then I found him again in Austin, 200 miles south, 10 years later. He and I have almost nothing in common, except we're souls that touch each other. He is the wisest, greatest teacher I know, because he is the most faithful human being I've ever met. Can you imagine being on the street for 32 years and being of service? He would walk around downtown Austin, Texas with a shopping cart, hit all of the restaurants, picking up their leftovers at 10 o'clock at night and distribute it to his guys on the street. Because for him, he wasn't a street guy. He was God's servant on the street. The thing is, we all have what we have. We're all a little different. And yet we're all the same. When I was in high school, you might not know it now, I'm 5'10", but in high school, I was the short kid. When I got my driver's license, I was 4'11", weighed 88 pounds. They put 5'2", 110, because they figured 4 years later I would grow that much, right? And I was the short kid, I was the buck-toothed kid, I was the Jewish kid. I grew up Reformed Jew in Cajun country, South, all Catholic Louisiana. I had people coming up to me and beating on me saying, you killed Christ. It's like, dude, I wasn't there. But I caught flack pretty much every day for my first 20 years of life. Every day. I was the short kid, the buck-toothed kid, the skinny kid, the kid with like 6 cowlicks, doesn't matter now. But back in the day, I had cowlicks sticking out. I mean, I was this weird kid, okay? But as I aged and grew a little bit, I came to know and love and appreciate the underdog, because I felt like I was the underdog. I grew up in a town where there was 50% black, 50% white. And everybody pretty much got along, but then, man, I watched the black guys catch flack all day. All day. And they watched me catch flack all day, so we ended up getting be buds. Black guys and I got along great because we understood the flack. The thing was, I was catching flack just for being me. They were catching flack just because of who they were. My senior year in high school, there was this really wonderful lady named Angela. She was black. And she came up to me and said, "How do you do it?" So, "What do you mean, how do I do it?" She said, "You're the only Jew in Catholic high school. Why are you even here?" Well, it was the only good school to go to. And I said, "But how do you do it? You're the only Baptist here." I didn't even know until like the day before. We'd gone to school for 3 years. She was the only Baptist at Catholic High. We were unique, and yet here we were. When we let this run the show, we start to operate on characteristics. When we let this run the show, we touch souls. I wear my safety pin. I don't know if y'all know about the safety pin thing. This is saying I'm a safe space for folks who are different. There's a buddy of mine in El Paso. He had cleft palate. They did surgery, and he's got his little lip that kind of does this. He considers that a facial difference. It's not a cleft palate, it's a facial difference. And I thought, wow, how cool is that? He's doing like national level podcasts about people with facial differences. The point is, he took something that someone else felt was bad, wrong, less than, and took that difference and made it his difference so that he could let other people know, hey, we have this difference in common. How cool is that? When you look around the room and see characteristics, you're not seeing fellow human souls. But when you can bring that intention, and it takes intention, with the awareness that you are, not the awareness that you have, but the awareness that you are, to bear on the connection, then we are all one. In our differences that this perceives, when we can drop to here, we are one again. Look around the planet. I mean, we've all got 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, a mouth, 2 ears, and yet there are little subtle differences in all of those body parts, so nobody looks anything like the other one. We can all tell each other apart. Imagine, again, if the puzzle was turned upside down, it was all gray. What if we all looked alike? What if we all had the same cultural background, the same ancestry, the same history, as well as all looking alike, and we all had the same attitudes, and we all had the same cultural awarenesses? Boring. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with that. And yet we want to have similarities to hold on to because we all want to feel that sense of belonging to a group. Groucho Marx used to say, I wouldn't belong to any club that would have me as a member. And that's kind of the way I felt. All I knew growing up was all the stuff about me that was different. And different was lousy. I didn't want to be different. I wanted to be like everybody else. But guess what? My differences proved to be useful. My ADD that used to drive teachers crazy, teacher would ask a question, I'd blurt out the answer. I mean, I had zero filter. I still don't have, Karen will vouch, I still don't have a lot of filter now. But the ADHD thing turned out to be a blessing. It's like a superpower. I can process 15,000 things at once. I have more energy to do more stuff all day than anybody I know. My dad used to say, why don't you use your head for something the size of a hat rack? Now I use it for a hat rack. I've got a hat collection, right? Because I need to protect this thing from the sun. But in all of the brain chatter and all of the differences and all of the stuff, I came to be me. And I came to realize when I shifted from a conglomeration of my mistakes and my differences into an integrated whole, guided by what I've learned from all of the differences. We all have stuff about ourselves that isn't what we might prefer. But what's the preference? I mean, there's a what so and what I'd prefer instead. I call that point A, point B in my book, Access the Real You. This is the real you. The noticer is the real you. You got a brain, it's moving 1,000 miles an hour all day. You're not your brain. You're the noticer of the brain. And oh, by the way, when your brain's moving 1,000 miles an hour and you notice that your brain is doing whatever, the real you's in stillness, watching the brain move 1,000 miles an hour. Now, why is that important? Well, first of all, the noticer is bigger than whatever it can notice. If I've got a backache and I can notice that I've got a backache, no, I don't have a backache. My body has a backache, and I can notice that. If my brain has a thought, I can notice my brain chatter. I can notice with my noticer that I am the world around me and what my life circumstances are about. Well, why is that a big deal? Because my noticer can notice everything. And it's always bigger than whatever it is I notice. So if you've got some troubling thoughts, don't try and figure out how to stop it. Just notice it. And then you're separating the real you from it. So much easier. But Brian, I can't get my brain to stop. I can't meditate. I can't sit. No, you don't have to. You don't have to get your brain to sit still. You can literally just notice your brain. And in noticing your brain, you are in stillness, watching your brain not be still. And the way you access stillness is by noticing what's not still. Well, why is that important? Where's God? Everywhere, right? Everywhere. In you, in me, in everything. In the microphone, in this thing that just fell. I guess that's a wireless thing. I'm not sure. But the point is, it's all, it's all there. We can notice that. So when we notice that God is everywhere, God is in everything, where would God then have to go? Nowhere. God's already everywhere. So God must be operating in stillness. So how do we access that stillness where God is? By noticing what's not still. When you notice what's not being still, you're placing yourself into the stillness where divine wisdom can come in. That place in you, that thing that you are called soul, spirit, I call it the noticer, is eternal. That noticer will notice your body lying on the floor or the hospital bed or wherever it is when you transition out from the body to whatever's next. When you can know that that is who and what you really are, and you can realize, as in to make real for yourself, that that is who everyone is, then we can all be in that oneness with our characteristics, our differences. At that point, we are pieces of a divine puzzle. And the divine puzzle is divine because it's God's Spirit manifest in the diversity of everything. Thousands of species of animals, thousands of species of insects. Personally, I love moths and butterflies best and like roaches least. But they're all valid. They're all God's creation in the diversity. When I shifted from a conglomeration of my mistakes to an integrated whole, guided by what I learned from all of it, I became valid. I became a divine piece of the divine puzzle. The coolest part is all any of us has to do is to be, and who we are here to be is that which we already are. The fun part is trying to discover all of the parts of all that you are. I know Yvette just well enough to know that she's been through a bunch. because of the parts of her that were different. And at some point, she realized that her differences were her superpowers. That God made her, and God makes no mistakes. God made her just the way she is. God made each of us just exactly who we are so that we could come to know all of that and the breadth and depth of our existence as who we are with all of our differences. I teach a course called Connect and Radiate. It's something that started at Rio Grande CSL in Albuquerque, and I did announcements, started doing announcements a couple of years ago, and my first couple of weeks there, they were like, I don't know what you're doing up there, but we want that. We want more of that. And what I was doing was, I have this thing I teach in my Soul Connection at Will workshops on how to generate sacred space and connection. But it's not just about connecting with you in the room, it's about connecting to me in my namaste place so that I can connect with you and yours. So they said, we want you to create an announcements ministry. So I started downloading, because that's what I do. It's like, okay, show me something. I'm just me. And God's like, yeah, you're just you, but you're my vessel. So let's get to work. So over a year, I downloaded this 5-module course. Who and what are we, which is awareness, becoming aware of itself. The second thing is, okay, now that I got that, how does that work? What difference does it make? And noticing, and how do I grow and mature that awareness? Then the third piece is like, what's going on in here? What's going on in here? What's going on in my life? And what can I notice about that? And what difference might that make? And then the fourth part is realizing if I am co-creating with Creator because I am a divine spirit being made of God stuff, I am imbued with all of the characteristics that God is. Love, creation, thoughts are creative. Like we learned that in CSL, right? I got to experience that and realize that everything I'm co-creating is a reflection of who I'm being about it. Everything that has happened in my life, including all the flack I caught when I was younger, needed to happen. Everything that I co-create is a reflection back to me of who I'm being. And once I get that, then I am empowered to be most me, connecting to my divinity, my unique in the oneness divinity. What Dr. David Hawkins calls our eachness in the allness. I love that. And when I'm connected to that, I radiate that, which then draws to me that which is in harmony with that. And I get to live my best life. And I get to manifest. I don't buy the law of attraction thing, because that's I don't know. It's never quite like, how do I attract that? This wants to know the how, where, when, why. But if I'm just being me and I'm radiating that, that is going to draw to me that which is in harmony with that. All I got to do is be me? What a possibility. You are a piece of the divine puzzle by virtue of your divinity, which lives in you as spirit. And all you got to do is be who you already are. How much effort is that? But it's not like, well, but I got to learn, right? I got to figure out. That's all this. This already knows. If there's something you're drawn to do and you haven't done it yet, this is going to say, bad, wrong, you haven't yet, as opposed to, wow, I can see that out there in the distance. If you're seeing it, it's because you're supposed to see it. So get busy. Go for it. But I've got such a long way to go. More brain chatter. Mark Twain said, comparison is the death of joy. Brian Kurtz says awareness is the death of comparison. when you can be aware of who and what you really are in your divinity, the rest of the stuff just kind of falls away. We're all fellow human souls. The LGBTQ community, which I love and support, having been an underdog, love it. I'm in a group called the Mankind Project. We go deep as men. And people who were gays, blacks, Jews are now gay men, Jewish men, black men. And what we have in common is our manhood. Because men are men are men. With all of our differences, it's amazing how much we have in common. Well, now let's take that another level. Fellow human soul. We're all that. Everyone here is that. When you can connect here and then connect here, you feel the oneness. I've got brochures out there about my soul connection at will workshops and my Connect and Radiate course. They're happening all the time. If you want to do it, check it out. But the biggest thing I want you to know is when you can acknowledge someone's difference as who they are, as their expression of the divine, and acknowledge that and value that and encourage and empower that in other people. Everybody rises up just being who they're here to be. No effort. This is still going to want to run the show. It's still there, but fortunately you're not your brain, you're the noticer of it. Remembering that separates you from all of this stuff that never seems to stop, at least not in my head. This enables you to love each other like God loves us. And God must love us with all of our junk, right? But it's okay. You're okay. We're okay. When you come to be okay, you come to embody the only commandment that Jesus gave in the middle of all of the trying to figure out all the different ways we're supposed to follow this and do that and do the right thing. God says, just love God with all you got and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Because he knew how hard that would be. He knew if you can just love yourself, man. Because when you can come to love yourself with all your own stuff, then you can kind of love somebody else with theirs. And the more folks you come in contact with and come to love them with their stuff, you get a shot at how much God must love all of us with all of our stuff. You are the piece. When you get down to the last few pieces of the puzzle, how important are those last 2 or 3 pieces, right? You are a piece of the divine puzzle. The puzzle cannot be complete without you. Without you as you, with all of your differences and all of your stuff. The universe needs you as you so that you can have your soul come through your vessel as you, through you, for everyone. Hold on to that. Okay, let's go to prayer for a minute. Spirit, in us and all around us. God in everything. God, Spirit, Creator, that which is beyond any name we could ever mention. That which is beyond anything our brain could fathom. And yet, here we are, in the awareness that we are, touching our own divinity, in the stillness always available just by noticing that which is not still, that living paradox, our uniqueness in the oneness. We are divinity walking through 3D. Spirit, help us come to know all that we are. Help us to know that all we are not yet is that which we are evolving toward. Help us to continue to grow, to have the courage, the heart edge, courage, to be all we're here to be, to support others in being all they're here to be, to stand not against anyone who wants to prevent that, but to stand for better. Because loving is always better than fighting. Fights exist in our brains. Love exists in our hearts. Help us to come to know that, to walk that, to be all each of us is here to be as the us, the each, and the allness that we're here to be. And in that awareness, I'm thankful, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be the vessel that has stuff come through me for you, as you are for those you touch every day. And how that's supposed to show up, I can't always know, so I'm going to release that out to God, Spirit, Universe, Divine, Quantum, whatever you want to call that thing, and say thank you, because I don't have to know how it's all going to work out, but Spirit does, and our job is to continue to walk it. So as we walk it, let us all come to know all we're here to be. And together for that we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Let's make a musical puzzle together. A chance to contribute our eachness to the allness. This is a very simple, beautiful piece by a singer-songwriter named Pat Humphreys. And it's really easy to sing along with because it really has just 3 words. Or should I say 1? Peace, salam, shalom. 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 Peace, salam, shalom.
Thank you so much, Brian and Pat. What a beautiful Sunday. Sorry. All right, now is the time when we consider our giving back to this center. This is our time for that. And just as a reminder, 10% of everything that you give to the center, we give back out to the community. And this month, the nonprofit that we are giving our 10% to is La Casa. And this is the only domestic violence provider in Doña Ana County since 1981. They've offered safety, healing, and hope for those affected by abuse. And we are honored to stand with them in building a safer and more compassionate community. So thank you so much for your giving today, not just for how it supports this community, this Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, but also how it supports the greater community of Las Cruces in Doña Ana County. So please join me as we affirm our blessings and bless your offering. Look to the screen and say with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for the generosity, for the overflowing abundance that we are all expressions of. I give thanks for this demonstration of generosity and blessing and overflow, knowing that it blesses all of us in this community because of the outpouring and spreads out into Las Cruces, spreads out all over New Mexico, all over the country, and indeed envelops the world. It is no small thing to demonstrate the bigness and the overflow of our lives. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for this demonstration that we are. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. So before we close up with our song, I just want to remind you that practitioners are available for prayer with you. Again, the little turquoise stoles that we wear. So please come and talk to one of us if you would like to have prayer. Now please join us for our closing song. If you'd like to stand. Sorry, this is your part, Sarah. I'll just
We're going to go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Oh, go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one heart, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. Come on and go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful week.